Long time ago, Mel Price, they call me now. My right name is Melvin, of course. I was born here, close to Easton on a farm. And I guess I got started in country music way before a lot of people can remember. When I was about 6 years old, I started at a country school. Only had the first 5 grades in it. They'd have little church socials. I got up in front of the class one performance one night and sang The Sinking of the Titanic and The Death of Floyd Collins. There was a music store, a little music store in Easton, and they had a guitar there that sold for $7.95. I would go in and look at it quite often. So finally I went in with $5 one day, and the man, I guess he kind of took pity on me. He sold it to me for $5. That was my first guitar. When I was about 17 years old, I wrote a letter to WBAL in Baltimore. The manager of the station answered me and made an appointment for me to come up for an audition. We went over on the old Love Point excursion boat. Took my guitar with me. We went up to the studios at WBA on Charles Street. They set up a microphone and had me sing 2 or 3 songs. And he said, "I'll let you know." Well, naturally, they weren't going to use me. But it impressed me to think that the manager of the station actually let me, a kid 17 years old, come up and sing. And on the way home, on the boat, some of the passengers saw me with the guitar, so they got me to sing it. And I was singing songs like I'm looking over a 4-leaf clover, all in all, a buddy, not a sweetheart, all kinds of things like Sweet Sue. So I had an audience for 15 or 30 minutes, or maybe even longer than that. It was a good day. It was a good day. I'm still doing a radio show. Even now I'm doing one. I'm going into my 14th year of doing a country music show on Sunday nights, 2 hours of it, on WAAI, Hurlock, Maryland station. And then they drafted me in 1944. I was in the Santa Fe Division, an entry division. Actually, it's a Kansas, Nebraska, and Missouri National Guard unit. I went in as a replacement up in the Battle of the Bulge. And I said, if I get out of this thing, go back home, I want to start my band on the Santa Fe Rangers. And when I came out, I started my band there. And from there on, it took off.
I'm Arty Hill. I grew up in Cambridge, Maryland, and I went to Mel's music store where I was a kid. I probably met Mel 10 or 12 times when I was there at least, but he just doesn't remember who I was because that was a long time ago. And I went to a gig and I saw Mel sing. I'd never seen a live country band before. There was just something about it, man. The sound of the steel, the sound of a really good singer. I got to hear Mel sing and I loved his voice. Mel has no idea who I am, but he actually had a lot to do with the fact that I'm doing this music now. Him being here sort of legitimized it for me and made me have a better understanding of what it was like close up. If you want to play country music that means something, that tells stories and has emotions in it, you have to know something about the history of it. That's how you learn how to do it. Mel was there when it was created, essentially, and he grew up with the music. As the music was being created, Mel was there.
Country music back then is so different from what it is today, and I got acquainted with it, and I always wanted to be into country music. And I've been pretty fortunate, very fortunate down through the years. I've had a lot of help and a lot of assistance. Down in the golden years of my life, so they say, but I've had a good one. And I've had the chance of knowing a lot of the older country music people, who many of them are gone today. Gene Shepard was one, Hawkshaw Hawkins, and Billy Walker, a lot of people. And there was Jim Reeves, got to know Jim Reeves rather well. And they would hire us to work with them at different places. I never became a star, and I never had the recognition that these people are having today. But I wouldn't trade my career with anybody. I wouldn't trade it. I've done things and been places and worked with people, and I've had a good time. They weren't all peaches and cream, but most of them were. One for every time